Hey everybody, it's John Gandy from your local CFA Society in East Tennessee, and today we've got the pleasure of having John Sarson join us from Baltimore? Is that right, John?
Indianapolis.
Oh, Indianapolis. Okay, sorry. So John's going to join us. He's going to be coming down to Knoxville and Chattanooga to speak to us in about a month in the middle of November on cryptocurrencies, which is obviously a hot topic in the press here for the last couple of years. So it'll be great from an investment management perspective to dig into this topic a little bit more. He's going to be covering two things primarily. What are cryptocurrencies, which for a lot of us is not a foregone conclusion that we know the answer to that. And then secondly, what's the generic investment thesis for cryptocurrencies? So John, thanks again for joining us. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much, John. I'm very excited about coming to beautiful Chattanooga, and I'm excited about what we see in the cryptocurrency markets. I know I'm in Indianapolis today, and this is where we have our operations for our firm, but I consider myself to be a New Yorker. I spent 12 years on Wall Street, and I learned a lot about financial infrastructure in this country during that time. And from what I can see, we look like we're on the brink of seeing some real disruption in financial markets and financial services markets. So we're very excited about that. We like to usher in disruption when the disruption's net effect is speeding up transactions and lowering costs and streamlining commerce. We think that we're on the right side of history with Bitcoin, and we've seen a lot of people coming to that same opinion over the course of the last 2 years since we opened our shop.
Sure. Yeah. And to John's point, as he mentioned, he spent about 15 years on Wall Street at a couple of buy-side and sell-side firms, Lord Abbett and Guggenheim. And then he founded Sarson Funds in 2016. They're a crypto-oriented investment manager as well as a blockchain advisor. John also is on the non-for-profit Blockchain Policy Council. He's an elected delegate there. So clearly an expert in cryptocurrencies and blockchain. So maybe just a few teaser questions to promo into our presentation, or your presentation, I should say, in a month or so from now. Number one, can you define cryptocurrencies in 60 seconds or less?
Absolutely.
Or try to.
Sure. Cryptocurrencies are the money that people are going to use in the future. Just like people used to use shells and pieces of silver, one day paper money and fiat currencies are going to likely fall into a similar category. As the world becomes increasingly digitized, digital money works much better than paper money.
Sure. No, that's great. This is a good succinct definition. And secondly, maybe can you talk a little bit about blockchain? As we mentioned, you're an expert in the field, and how that relates to cryptocurrencies.
Yeah. So blockchain technology, that's the discovery. It basically is a combination of mathematics and computer networks that allow for ledgers to be secure and immutable without relying on a third party, like trusted authority or a third party intermediary. And the first application for blockchain technology, the first killer app, if you will, for blockchain technology is cryptocurrencies. So all cryptocurrencies are based on blockchain technology, but blockchain technology is also used in private industry to manage supply chains. There's tons of applications that we're researching to control and protect individual identities. The UN is using blockchains to distribute aid to Sudanese refugees. The sky is the limit when it comes to creating more efficient and more accurate forms of doing different types of businesses around the world. Brazil is going to vote on the Ethereum blockchain this year to reduce corruption in their notoriously corrupt voting system. So blockchain technology is bringing in a lot of very tangible benefits to humanity. Cryptocurrencies are doing the same. If you're one of the world's 2 billion people that are unbanked, you think Bitcoin's pretty cool because now you can save money safely. You can do commerce at a distance. You can do micro lending in your communities. The Gates Foundation is investing in sponsoring adoption of cryptocurrencies throughout Africa for this exact reason. And there's a host of other exciting things going on that I'm really looking forward to talking about.
Okay, and one of the things that John's going to be talking about as well is the security of cryptocurrencies, and more specifically, how to secure investments in crypto. John, can you give us a couple of thoughts on that?
Absolutely. Cryptocurrencies are not regulated by a lot of these consumer protection agencies that we have in the stock market, and it is very much buyer beware in crypto. Once you have your crypto, it's still at risk. There's hackings, there's counterparties that are failing, and there are malicious pieces of software that can snatch your wallet off of your phone. We'll talk about all of them briefly and ways you can give your clients pieces of advice to keep them safe. We want them to make money, but most importantly, we want them to not lose money.
Great, that's very helpful, and we're definitely looking forward to diving deeper on that topic. Thanks, John. Thanks for kind of the little teaser there, intro. So with that, thanks again for joining us. As I mentioned, John is going to be down in both Knoxville and Chattanooga on Wednesday, November 13th. That's going to be lunch in Knoxville, followed by dinner in Chattanooga. So we hope to see you all there, and we'll see you then, John.
Looking forward to it, John. Thank you very much.
Thanks.